Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Aida Salazar. I am with the story Sunbirds. It's a kidlit collective of uh, authors and illustrators who are anti-racist, anti-colonial, anti-imperialist. And we came together after pretty much October 7th of last year in response to the heartbreak and the will to really speak for children during this difficult time. Um, and today we are commemorating, not celebrating. I was going to say celebrating. Can you believe that? We are commemorating the 1 year anniversary of when the children in Gaza stood in front of the Al Shifa Hospital and conducted a press conference pleading for their lives, pleading for health, for safety, for food, and for the war to end. And so the poet Mossab Abu Toha has called us all to action, and there are actions taking place today through the 10th, called Children's Week of Action or Children's Day of Action. And people are organizing to lift up children and to bring awareness and plead for the genocide to end. And so we're very happy to do this today and to be a part of this. But this is also, this event today is a fundraiser for the Middle East Children's Alliance, also known as MECA. And so I'll be putting some links in the chat, so check out the links, and we're hopeful that if you donate and send us a receipt, you will receive a book. You'll be entered to in a giveaway. It's a giveaway, and so we just need, and I'll put all of that information in the chat. So watch the chat. And okay, housekeeping aside, thank you so much, Jamilah, for being here. It's been such an honor to be walking this road of resistance and solidarity with you since we met. And just welcome. Why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself and take it away? And people, shall say, if you want, if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A, and we'll have a little bit of time at the end to answer them. Okay. All right. Take it away.
All right. Hello. Hello. Thank you so much I'm so glad to be here. And I'm today going to be reading a book called Salat in Secret. I am a children's book author, so I write the words that go in a lot of picture books like these. And this one is illustrated. So the pictures are illustrated by someone else, and they're illustrated. This one is illustrated by Hatem Ali, who is an amazing illustrator. And by the way, he'll be here later today to draw with you. So if you love the illustrations in this book, then please, please, please definitely join him later so you can draw with him. This book, Salat in Secret, is about two things, really, right? So one of the things it's about is about being brave, to ask for what you need, even when it's hard. So I don't know if any of you've ever been scared to ask for something, but this is what this book is about. When you're really scared, you really want to ask an adult for something, but you just don't know if you can if you're brave enough to ask it. And this book is also about Salat. And if you are a Muslim kid or you know Muslims, then you know that Salat is the prayer that Muslims make on, 5 times a day where they bow, and they usually use salat rugs. And so in this book, the main character, Muhammad, gets a salat rug. And I actually brought my favorite salat rug because a lot of us have salat rugs, and this is my favorite. And if you can see it there, it's so cool. And I love it because it's soft and it's red, it's plush, and red is my favorite color. I wonder what your favorite color is. But anyway, we're going to see Muhammad with his favorite salat rug and him trying to make this special prayer that Muslims do. Salat in Secret. Oh, and by the way, it has a jacket. I'm going to take it off because there's a secret inside of it. Sometimes inside of books, there's a nice, cool interior. And the artist Hatem Ali often does this. It's a pretty cool thing that he does. He puts a secret inside. So I'm showing it to you today. Oh, and look at this. It's like a salat rug he made. Daddy's joy is bigger than him. It's a wide, gap-toothed smile and a deep, rumbling laugh that shakes the dinner table kind of joy. And that joy is biggest on my birthday when he gives me a salat rug. You're 7 now, Muhammad, old enough to pray 5 times a day. Muslims do the salat prayer at 5 times a day. I run my fingers along the rug's fuzzy patterns and gold stitching. Its too sweet incense tickles my nose. Before prayer that night, I make wudu, washing carefully. You see, this is a special washing you have to do before you make you make your salat, you perform your salat. During Salat, I don't rock and sway. My fingers don't tap dance. No making funny faces at Mariama. I am too old for that now. I am still like Daddy. When I press my forehead on that velvety rug, I repeat words learned in Sunday school. I whisper my most wished for wishes to Allah. After I pray Fajr the next morning, that's one of the Salat prayers. They have names. I know I'll do Dhuhr too. Dhuhr comes in the middle of the school day. Somehow I'll find a secret place to do it. Somehow asking won't be scary. Look, he's putting in his bag. I wonder if he's going to be brave enough to ask to pray, to do a Salat. Ooh, Daddy doesn't need secret places. Whenever I work on his ice cream truck and the sun sets, even though we're far from a masjid, he parks and spreads his rug on the sidewalk. Never delay salat, he says. This is my favorite illustration in this book. I wonder, can you see why? It's just so beautiful. Once some teenagers laughed. Daddy kept moving up and down, slow and brave. I watched from the truck, hands shaking. See Muhammad there watching while his dad prays? And these kids are laughing at him because they think it's weird. When I go to get to school that day, I see what I need. Space to bow, a door that shuts, no windows, a room that can keep a secret. Would Mrs. Baker let me pray in the coat closet? I don't know Mrs. Baker well, but I know she gives things, candies with riddles on the wrappers and rocket-shaped bookmarks and smiles. She gives lots of smiles. I go to her. Hi, Muhammad, do you need something? I open my mouth. I try to push my question out, but in my head, I see people staring at Daddy. I hear rough laughs. Would Mrs. Baker think Salat is funny? Mrs. Baker, Ella calls. I rush to my desk. I'll ask when Mrs. Baker isn't busy. Mrs. Baker reads aloud an adventure. She referees our math relay race. She leads a spelling bee. She has no time for my quiet question. By lunch, I decide to find another place. Splashing my feet is tricky in the nurse's office bathroom. I think about praying there, but I don't want to bow next to the toilet. At recess, I creep behind a large oak. Where are you going, Muhammad? We're playing over there, Chris yells. And he's trying to pray behind the oak, but can't really find a private secret place. Kicking a goal while hiding a rug doesn't make me feel better. At recess, I wait. When everyone leaves the closet, I throw my rug down. I begin. Sunday school words sprint from my lips. No wishes, not enough time. I fling myself into a bow. I swing back up. Quiet, please, Mrs. Baker yells from the classroom. Get settled. Take out your notebooks, Miss Baker says. Then where is Muhammad? Can I check? I hear Chris ask. He's trying to rush and rush, but he can't do it. The Sunday school words trip and stumble over each other. I drop to the floor. Up, down, quick. I stand to do it again. When I hear footsteps, I snatch up the rug. What's taking you so long? What's that? Chris asks. Nothing, I grumble. I don't pray until I get home. I wish for bravery. After Salat, Daddy asks me to go out with him. The cool air is nagging Daddy to park his ice cream truck for the year. But for one more week, we can be ice cream men together. Something you should know, my dad used to be an ice cream truck driver, and I sometimes got to do this with him. On the truck, I make my joy big and my face sunny like Daddy does for customers. I feel that sunshine inside, too. But soon the sun sets. Means it's time for prayer. Daddy takes out his rug. You can always pray when you get home. I don't say that I brought my rug too. Daddy spreads his rug outside. A woman walks past, then stops. She can't see Daddy is an ice cream man with joy bigger than him. Daddy is just big and strange. Uh-oh. Some officers try talking. Daddy prays. My rug shakes in my hand. I pull the door handle. Uh-oh, he's getting out. We're just ice cream men praying. I push the quivery words out. Quivery words out. I spread my rug beside Daddy's. I see his hands tremble. His words quiver like mine. We pray slow and brave and shaky. The officers watch, then they leave. I stand at Miss Baker's desk the next day. Mrs. Baker, I'm a Muslim and I need somewhere to pray. My voice shakes, but I now know bravery sometimes comes with shaking. She smiles. Muhammad, let's find you a place. I know a good one, I say. And that's the end. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed that story.
Okay, I am going to, can you hear me?
I can. Mhm.
Oh, you can. Okay, so if I keep my headphones on, is that going to be okay?
No, I can hear you. I said I
You
can
can
hear
hear me. Okay, you can. Okay. Okay, good. I am going to, let's see if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm going to actually direct you to the Q&A, not the chat. I'm so sorry. Put it in the Q&A. I am see any questions? Okay, well, in the meantime, I would love to know what you have, how you have handled the response to Salat in Secret. How has the community responded to this work, and what have been the challenges or maybe some of the joys that you've had on this book journey?
So this was a book that is always going to be very near and dear to my heart because I kind of wrote it to commemorate my father. And I feel like the responses I've gotten always make me so emotional, and they've been really sweet responses. So one of the responses I get are from people who are observant Muslims who pray this a lot, saying, you know, wow, we needed this book. Finally, someone said this. Somebody told this story because it's an open secret amongst many Muslim people that we're always kind of finding secret places to perform our salat. If we live in a country or or a society where it's not prevalent, then we might be fine. We're looking for places. Some people are very open about it. And I actually wrote this story because my father is very unapologetic. He would pray in public places. And so I kind of wanted to remember that. But, for a lot of us, it can be very scary. And so I've gotten that response like, thank you for, making it easier to talk about this. I've gotten responses about the police scene, that was something that happened to someone they know or to them. And actually, that is based on a real experience someone that I know had. So, I mean, I kind of put it into the story where someone is making the salat properly, and then police are sort of surrounding or questioning or bothering. And another thing that I've gotten is I saw someone doing the salat after I read this book, or I saw someone and my students doing, and I realized what they were doing because now I know, and so thank you for writing it because now I'm aware of what they're doing when they're doing this bowing or washing or in the bathroom or something like that, that this is what is actually happening. So it's been good to be able to do that.
Oh, right. Okay, a few questions came in, so you get, but we're at 6:50. I'm sorry, it's not 6:50. It's 6:59 where I am. I think it's what, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock almost where you are. So, but three questions came in, and maybe you can just rapid fire answer. Would that be
I will.
okay?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I see them too. So one says, bravery comes with shaking. How did you come up with that great line? That is a very common line, actually. And I'm trying to remember who really who I mean I rephrased it, but some, like, oh, it's based on the line, speak even when your voice shakes, or it's something like that. So it takes that, but bravery comes with shaking, is based on that, or inspired by that. Was the memory of you and your father on the ice cream truck one of the first ones that inspired this story? um Actually, it was the fact that he was so unapologetic. So I wanted to put him into a book after he passed. And then my kid was becoming 7, and I was thinking about getting him a prayer rug. And I thought my father would love this, me giving him a salat rug for his birthday. And then suddenly the story took shape. Um, Beautiful story reading. Thank you so very much. I must share this in your other stories with younger and older friends. Thank you from the heart, Jacob. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I think those are all
Mm,
the
mm,
questions.
I think there's two. Yeah, I guess
Oh
that's
no,
what there's two more. But you know what? I'm going to keep you on this panelist so you can just type their answer in the Q&A.
Okay, sure, sure.
Okay, why don't you
Yeah.
answer them off, and then so that we could bring on Nora, who is our new moderator. So I'm going to stop the recording now, but before I do, I want to thank you so much, Jamilah, for your work, for being such a force of beauty in the world with what you bring. So thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you in the struggle. We'll see you in
All
the
right.
struggle with.
Thanks, Douglas.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, before I stop the recording, can you please put your handles, how to get a hold of you, in the chat?
I sure will.
All right. Okay. Thank